Hello and welcome everybody to a section I want to call Armchair Coach. Like any good armchair coach, I will spend this segment taking a bit of a deeper dive into the plays and decisions that help make the great pro teams great, and some of the decisions that can result in disaster, because everyone has room to improve, even the best of the best. So, let's get started right away. This week's Deadlock Night Shift saw the champions of EU, Buff Enjoyers, defend their title, again. This team has been dominating the EU scene for months, even as far back as when they were named Low-Key W, either winning or placing second in any and all pro tournaments they've taken part in. The first game they played against Abrahams this week really highlighted why this team can be so dominant, so I wanted to take a deeper look into the early game decisions and movements that help make this team a force to be reckoned with. As 3 minutes approaches, Buff Enjoyers pushes every lane's wave hard, then sends a hero from 2 lanes, the Apollo and the Holiday, to start box running even before they spawn. These heroes are also their best lane gankers, so if an opportunity presents itself, they can rotate and make an impact in another lane. This exact opportunity does present itself for Holiday. She makes the move in, and eventually it results in a kill on Lady Geist. As Holiday stays for an extra bit of time, she's able to put a bunch of pressure onto the lane, and even when they send Drifter over to try and help out, it doesn't work out too well for them, and Holiday is just going to soak the extra farm while Abrams goes back. These moves focus extra souls into Mirage so that he can scale faster, while allowing the more active early game hero Holiday keep a decent income and potentially make impact in other lanes, which obviously worked out great for Holiday. Since Mirage is not put under any pressure in this whole sequence, Holiday is given free leave for minutes at a time, and instead of returning to lane, she makes a purchase and then another trip to the McGinnis and Abrams lane. The decision to focus on this lane is no coincidence either. McGinnis is one of the most aggressive structure-pushing heroes in the game. The Guardian has already taken a lot of damage. These ganks have pressured the lane extra hard, and they snowball into the first Guardian take, and now Buff Enjoyers is enjoying a 4k net worth lead at only 5 minutes into the game. As the 10-minute mark begins to approach, Buff Enjoyers is pressuring the mid lane hard with McGinnis, Mina, and Apollo heading over as well. Meanwhile, what we can see on the other side of the map is we can see Holiday rotating to catch a wave and prevent it from pushing any further, and Abrams, after making a play in the backline, positioning aggressively to see if either he can get someone else, but to more pointedly rotate over to grab the urn. As the urn spawns, the outer lanes are getting shoved aggressively. Mid-wave just lost their walker, and immediately you see the rotation of the heroes on the side of Buff Enjoyers all head toward the urn carrier, Abrams, finding Geist along the way as she tries to perhaps intercept him. During the urn running sequence, Mirage has fallen back, played a lot more safely so that he can be available to secure the urn. Once Buff Enjoyers see Drifter catching waves instead of heading to the urn deposit, they split off a small group to secure the urn, while the other members either farm or heal up. Buff Enjoyers has a 10k lead by 11 minutes. As 12 minutes 30 seconds approaches and the first rift is threatening to appear, Buff Enjoyers isn't moving over to posture for the unstable rift, as their net worth advantage means the enemy team would receive a whopping 35% increase in bullet resist, spirit resist, and debuff resist. These comeback bonuses would make for an extremely difficult battle this early in. So they instead focus more attention toward middle lane, looking for an aggressive play on Drifter. They successfully find their pickoff and make a decisive movement to attack mid-boss. Since Abrahams has a hero respawning and a hero is staying to secure the rift, they have to either concede the mid-boss or contest it 4v6. Abrahams decide to contest the mid-boss. Buff Enjoyers focus their attention on fighting the incoming Abrahams heroes, and this results in Buff Enjoyers getting multiple kills and being able to eventually take the mid-boss for themselves. As the crystal falls, all the Buff Enjoyer's heroes spread out, McGinnis throws a wall in front of Doorman's door, and Rem tries to use his ultimate to sleep the heroes on the crystal, but as only McGinnis and Abrams got hit, the rest of the Buff Enjoyer's heroes could leap in, focus on parrying to protect the crystal. Rem tried to sneak a hit, but he got parried and killed for his trouble. The Buff Enjoyers have grabbed all the Rejuvenator charges. This early game sequence by Buff Enjoyers was a beautifully executed example of macro movements on the map and objective-focused gameplay. From the heroes they chose to rotate, to the routes they took in their box farming, everything was executed brilliantly. Unfortunately, for all the praise they earned from the early game, they deserve equal amounts of criticism for the follow-up. After taking the Rejuvenator, they need to go help Mina, who is off chasing down Doorman. They're able to shoo the enemy heroes away, but while Abrams and McGinnis split off thinking the fighting was over, Mina and Apollo make a chase deep into enemy territory. This isn't a good idea. While everyone on the team has respawned, your teammates have to catch waves. They have no reason to not send their fighting squad after your diving squad. This leads to Mina's eventual death, and Apollo's left in a poor position. But to make matters worse is the fact that while all that's happening, Abrams picked a fight with Wraith and Rem in the mid lane as Billy was rotating over to help them. This eventually leads to Abrams' death, but even worse than that is the fact that this whole time Apollo was fighting Geist and Drifter, which leads to his death, his respawn, and his eventual re-death. The Rejuvenators are now all gone. And to make matters worse, the fight just keeps going as Billy comes in nabbing an extra kill on Mina in the end. While Billy does eventually die, when the dust has settled, Buff Enjoyer's lead is greatly diminished, the urn is in the possession of Abraham's. The urn then gets deposited, and the insane 10k lead in 11 minutes has dropped down to a mere 3k. This entire sequence could have been resolved with just a loss of Mina's Rejuvenator charge, but instead of taking that L and regrouping to utilize the Rejuvenator, they make that really aggressive diving play, while also choosing to aggressively fight in another lane, while also choosing to back up and catch waves because they're pushing, while also making the decision to then farm the jungle. You can't do everything all at the same time, you guys. You've played Abrams plenty before. You know they're a really good team and they can capitalize on splitting up like that. Those overly split decisions changed what could have been a 20-minute victory into a 40-minute nail-biter that honestly could have gone either way. Abrahams were real close to reversing this game into their favor and taking the win. So my suggestion here is to maybe communicate a little better and stick to 1 or 2 plans instead of the 5 or 6. Either make the decision to catch waves then farm, or make the decision to catch waves then regroup for a team push with your Rejuvenators, or make the decision to dive for kills and pick fights. Just so long as it's something where all the players are on the same page and doing stuff with each other. I know these top players are good enough to capitalize on this kind of advantage when everyone's working together as a team, rather than splitting so heavily. That's it for this edition of Armchair Coach. Buff Enjoyers taught us a lot about how strong early rotations and focused map macro can be. They're some of the best in Deadlock for good reason, and they really showed it with authority this week. If Buff Enjoyers can prevent themselves from getting a little overeager and gifting their opponents an opportunity to climb out of the hole they put them in, this is a team we can expect to continue just dominating the pro scene. Did you like this edition of Armchair Coach? Did you hate it? Either way, let me know in the comments what you thought, and of course, like, subscribe, all that good stuff to make YouTube's algorithm happy. Bye for now, everyone, and good luck in your next game.